Hello there. Good morning, everybody. My name's Chris English, and I'm one of the product managers here at JobAdder. And this morning we're going to chat about business development and how we can how JobAdder can kind of boost it and also kind of help remove some inefficiencies. And the things we're going to kind of cover today. So how challenging is business development for recruiters? What are the key business development challenges they are facing? How do client comms and relationships play a role in the process? And so some key tech inefficiencies that are kind of holding many recruiters back. What does the success look like? And then what we'll do is we'll jump into JobAdder and we'll give you a demo of the new opportunity pipeline feature and how it can help transform BD for recruiters. And then we shall wrap it up from there. If you do have any questions that come, feel free to submit them via the GoToWebinar app. Either myself or a member of the team will get back to you, we'll reach out to you personally, and we'll answer any questions that you have. Cool. All right. So, little introduction. Now, obviously, recruitment, filling roles, getting candidates in those roles. That's obviously a very, very large component of what agencies do. But business development is such a crucial component to the long-term success of any agency. But unfortunately, we've found that many recruitment leaders and recruiters are facing a range of challenges when it comes to kind of boosting and not just doing business development, but like doing it really, really well and kind of tracking their efforts and like staying on top of things. Now, we recently conducted a survey with over 100 of our recruitment agency customers to better understand kind of where business development sits in the list of kind of priorities. And we found that business development came in at number 3. Now, we are acutely aware of the fact that there is a candidate shortage. And that's been a long-standing challenge throughout the pandemic. But we typically have seen, like over time, we always kind of see there's a bit of a seesaw effect where it will oscillate between there being not enough candidates and too many jobs, and the other way around. So whilst we are very, very aware that at the moment finding candidates to fill roles is definitely the most pressing concern, and kind of maintaining and engaging that talent pool is also very, very challenging. But BD coming in at number 3, and we expect this will likely move up and move down over time. Yeah, some of the key challenges that recruiters are facing. So the current approach to BD is often like the communication's a bit irregular. It's not, if it's being tracked in kind of many different places, like recording it in, not in a central spot. Like some of the people we spoke to during our research, there were quite substantial agencies were actually using like a shared spreadsheet to try and keep track of all of these things. And keeping track of all of the interactions that are happening it's not an easy thing. So if you're popping into your ATS, if you're popping into JobAdder, and if you select 50 contacts and you go and send them out an email, it's very, very hard for you to remember that you've even done that. And recruiters are time poor. There's only so many hours in the day, and there are often many, many, many things many priorities and many things going on at once. So relying on memory to follow up with clients is quite tricky. Now, how do client comms and relationships kind of play a role? Like, it's really important when reaching out and and doing your business development that building trust. We looked at what's the most important thing? What are the most important things here to help build trust? And not listening to their needs, being very, very attentive. And also, it's a very, very fine line. I think many of us have had experiences with salespeople, I think, in the past where there's that really, really fine line of being attentive and then being pushy. So it's very, very like while you've got to kind of establish an urgency, but you don't want to come across as somebody that's a bit too pushy. Providing like super relevant information, like it kind of feeds into that first point of listening to, like, being very attentive to what they need, like to what they're saying, and making sure that you provide super relevant information, and obviously making sure you respond in a timely manner. It's really really key to be doing things like that. Now, progress delays. I think we're all aware of how long decisions take to make, and there are often many moving parts in this process. But we found that about 42% of people would be encouraged to make a purchase if the sales rep, or in our case a recruiter, called back at a agreed upon specified time. And that following up, like 80% of sales require at least 5 follow-up calls. But yet we found that about 44% will actually often give up just after 1. So the follow-up piece is so key. Having a follow-up item, even if it is just to try and schedule in a call, just trying to always book something in to keep things moving forward, is probably the most important aspect of driving sales through a pipeline. And I think, I work for a tech company, so I think we're all quite familiar with tool fatigue, where there are just so many different things that you have to jump in and out of on a daily basis just to do your job, just to do things, and that context switching is quite jarring. And context switching it's a productivity killer. So, and we found in our research that about 60% of our agency users that we surveyed were managing all of their business development outside of JobAdder. So that was things like, using a shared spreadsheet, using a tool like Salesforce. That having multiple places to kind of where it's all relevant. Like, business development is such a key part of recruitment. Like, having to go and jump between 2 disparate things to get that done. The too many tools, tool fatigue. I feel it. I can only imagine what it must be like for recruiters. You've already got to jump around various different places just to even source candidates. You've got, there's a lot going on. So we kind of wanted to do something about that. Now, what does success look like? Like, what does this well-oiled business development machine actually look like in the context of recruitment agencies? So, I mean, if we look like from the top down, like for business or agency owners or business owners or even team leads, overseeing your business development pipeline and being able to forecast revenue. Like, if you use JobAdder at the moment, obviously you can go and have a look at the jobs that you've got on. You can see the expected fee and the forecasted fees, but that will only really help you for the jobs that you've currently got on. So we wanted to provide something that allows you to see further than you've been able to do, to kind of help mitigate those dips in revenue that can happen. I think we've all seen it, where your top biller for a month will then go into a slump because they've spent all of their time filling jobs, but they've actually not gone and put enough focus on business development. So you end up with this oscillation in revenue. To help kind of mitigate that and allow you and enable you to go and take action, like corrective action ahead of time. And also optimizing the BD capability, or your business development capability of your team. Now, again, an example from a tech company, like we operate in sprints, and at the end of a 2-week sprint, we have a retro, which is basically where we go and look at everything. We gather a little analysis of everything that went on, what went well, what didn't go well, and it kind of helps us kind of fine tune things. And ultimately, it's there to help us be better. So we wanted to create something that will help you optimize and not only just keep track of the leads in the pipeline, but actually also be able to go, okay, we can see that things are taking a bit longer at this stage. What's the bottleneck? It will help you kind of do a bit of an investigation, a little diagnosis, and kind of help you over time. It's actually going to help you be better at it. And then just the simple, like, yeah, being able to capture and manage all of your opportunities or leads in one place. So you're not jumping out to a spreadsheet. You're not going into Salesforce. It's all in one place with JobAdder. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to pop into JobAdder and we're going to give you a little demo of our new opportunities pipeline feature. Okay, so I think, yeah, you would have seen when this launched a couple of weeks ago, you would have seen the opportunities tab pop up in the left-hand side. I think many people have gone in and had a look, but yeah, just want to kind of give you a bit of a run through of the kind of the design decisions that we made here and kind of how these things are gonna help you. Now, if we looking at that last slide where we were talking about the ability to be able to see the overall health of your pipeline. So along the top here, what we've got are all the different stages in my particular workflow that I've created here. Now you can change this if you want to. Obviously we've got an edit stages button over here. Only admin users can do it. But it does let you kind of shuffle things around and customize it so it fits what you need. But what you can see here is that for each of these opportunities, we can actually add a value. So at each of these, it actually shows you how much money is sat at each stage of the funnel. And these can also be used as filters. So it really helps. Like a lot of people will go and focus on the things that are closing soonest, the things that they think they're going to win. Yeah. So I click on this, what it'll do is it kind of removes the noise and just lets me focus on the important stuff, on what I need to see. And then I can slowly work my way back through my funnel. And there we are. Now, it also provides a really handy visual cue as to the health of the pipeline. Like you could see if you've got lots in closing soon and in progress, but you see nothing in new, that's a really handy visual cue to kind of help you know that somebody needs to go and make a call, or this particular team needs to make a call. Somebody in the team needs to make a call, or an individual consultant needs to go and actually make a call and get something in the pipeline. And with the filters, you're able to filter by specific people to go and see a specific consultant within the team. Or if you're using user groups, which are typically used to kind of group a team of people together, you can also filter by a user group. So you can actually, or if it's a team lead, they can look at just their team, removing kind of the noise everywhere else. Or yes, you can go and drill down to the individual, and also the estimated close, which we found that was a really useful tool when creating an opportunity, which we'll cover off in a second. It kind of allows you to prioritize based on when you think this is going to close. It's like an estimation, basically. Now, creating an opportunity is super easy and simple. You can pop the title in. So if we go senior QA engineer, let's say JobAdder, link it to a contact, select the work type, put a fee in. I reckon actually, fun fact, we did find that the research kind of showed that an opportunity has a life cycle of about, on average, 1 to 2 weeks, which we thought was quite interesting. But having this estimated close is going to kind of help you. Well, it's an estimation, so you can kind of see how good your estimations are. It's quite a fun game. We do something very similar as a tech company. We estimate how long stuff's going to get done, and it's good to see how accurate we are when we go and assess these things. But I'm going to say I'm going to win this next Friday, and create, done. And then it goes and adds it to my list, senior QA engineer. Now, what we've also got here to help in terms of prioritizing is you'll see that we've got our last contacted column, which indicates the last time an email or SMS was sent to that contact in JobAdder. And we've also got the next task. So this allows me to prioritize based on, okay, well, these are the things I've got coming up in a few days' time. here's my stuff that's today. Oh, I'm a little overdue with these ones. But also it shows me, again, if we were looking back at the slides, we can see that follow-ups were so important. So this, you can immediately see here that for this opportunity, I don't actually have any follow-up item. So I need to schedule something in. And it is as easy as click of a button, call Chris, decision timeframes. I'm going to pencil that in for tomorrow. I'm not fussed about what time I do it. It is very important, talking to myself. Activity, you can also link to, we've left, or when we've shipped opportunities, we've actually provided a couple of activities to help out. You can link it to the activity as well, and it also conveniently links to, it's linked to the opportunity, or the company, and also the contact. So it's all linked together, and I create that, and there it is. My follow-up item is in there, ready to go. Now, we've also got our estimated close. We've got the number of days open as well. You can, from here, you can go actually into your opportunities like that. You just got a little overview. We've got the notes and activities, if you've recorded any, and you can cycle through each one and just get that top level overview to see what's going on and go and have a look at what discussions have been had, what activities and things like that. And then speaking of activities, from here, for example, I can get actions, business development, discovery call. And this is one that we've made available for everybody. So it's just some questions that basically the research we did, these are sort of some good questions to be asking when you're doing a discovery call. So this is about, you can obviously go and change it in admin should you want to do so. But yeah, it will allow you to create your, again, always driving it forward, creating that follow-up task. And you can move it through the workflow to a new stage, and you can also actually notify other people on the team. So say if you're working on an opportunity with more than one person, you can make sure they know that you've had a discussion, and they can have a little overview of the conversation that's been had. You can also send emails directly to the contacts from here. You can send SMSs. We've allowed you to export things to Excel. Now, we wanted to make sure that this all ties in really nicely with the rest of JobAdder. So we wanted to allow or facilitate and make it delightful, that moment where you're winning. So if we go to like closing soon, for example, and let's say we've got for this product manager role, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actions, convert to job. Now what this is going to do is it's going to open up my create job form. It's going to fill in all the details for me, and I can just create that job, pop in, and I can immediately start finding candidates for this role. So we've linked and everything that you've gone and discussed whilst it was an opportunity, any notes, any emails, any activities, everything that's been recorded against the opportunity flows across to the job, so you don't lose anything. So you're not having to jump back between the two. It carries it all through together. And you'll also find a record of any comms, any activities, anything that you've done will also be against your contact record and the company record, keeping it all nice and tight and tidy together. Now, that's about it in terms of the demo. Now, we really hope that, let's just pop this back into present mode. So yeah, like the opportunity pipeline, like we want to make business development delightful. We want to make it so that it helps you be better. It helps you improve over time. It helps you be able to do a proper analysis as to how healthy or how effective and efficient your sales process is. And you can do it all now through a simple workflow, all within JobAdder. So it's minimizing that tool fatigue. It's giving business owners a better view. They can see further afield in terms of revenue, what's actually in the pipeline. It allows any team leaders to actually go in and look at the health of their team and the health of their team's pipeline to take corrective or remedial action ahead of time. So if somebody needs a little nudge to go, like, you probably need to get something in your pipeline because you're probably going to experience a dip. And then it just makes it super convenient for the consultants themselves to be able to just hop in, store it all in one place and manage it, and it's just all there and kept together. Now, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been, I hope it's useful. I hope you've enjoyed the session. And yeah, if there are any questions, we will be exporting them and we will get back to you personally. If you're already using opportunities as a product manager, I would love to hear your feedback on the things that you'd like to see, the improvements you'd want, because we want to keep growing this. This is JobAdder's kind of foray into the business development space, and we've got big plans for it, but we really, really want to hear your feedback and what you would like. And that's it. Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, have a great rest of your day.